Jacksonville is a small historic town located in Jackson County, Oregon, United States. The town was founded in 1851, following the discovery of gold in the area. It quickly became a prosperous mining town, with a population of over 2,500 at its peak. In its early years, Jacksonville was a hub of activity, with saloons, gambling halls, and hotels lining its streets. The town also had a number of businesses, including blacksmith shops, general stores, and a newspaper. As the gold rush waned, however, so did Jacksonville's prosperity. By the early 1900s, the town's population had dwindled to just a few hundred people, and many of its businesses had closed. In the 1960s, the town was recognized for its historic significance, and efforts were made to preserve its unique architecture and cultural heritage. Today, Jacksonville is a popular tourist destination, known for its well-preserved historic buildings and charming small-town atmosphere. Some of the most notable historic buildings in Jacksonville include the Beekman Bank, built in 1863, which now houses a museum, the Jacksonville City Hall, which dates back to 1886, and the Noonan House, a Victorian mansion built in 1892. The town is also home to several annual events, including the Jacksonville Heritage Festival, which celebrates the town's history and culture, and the Brit Music and Arts Festival, a summer-long music and arts festival held at the Brit Gardens. In 1966, Jacksonville was added to the National Register of Historic Places, and in 2016, the town celebrated its 165th anniversary. Today, Jacksonville remains a beloved destination for history buffs and travelers looking to experience a slice of the Old West in Oregon. Jacksonville was founded in 1851 after gold was discovered in the area by a group of miners led by Peter Britt. The town quickly grew into a bustling hub of activity, with thousands of miners flocking to the area in search of their fortunes. By the mid-1850s, Jacksonville was the largest town in southern Oregon, with a population of over 2,500 people. In its early years, Jacksonville was a wild and lawless place, with saloons, gambling halls, and brothels lining its streets. The town was home to a number of notorious characters, including the infamous outlaw Black Bart, who robbed stagecoaches in the area in the 1870s. Despite the lawlessness, however, Jacksonville was also a center of culture and refinement. The town boasted several theaters and opera houses, and was home to a number of wealthy merchants and miners who helped fund the construction of a number of elegant homes and public buildings. One of the most notable of these buildings was the Beekman Bank, which was built in 1863 by Cornelius C. Beekman, a local businessman and politician. The bank was known for its elaborate iron doors and massive steel safe, which still stand today. Other notable buildings from this period include the Jacksonville City Hall, which was built in 1886 and still serves as the town's government center, the Jacksonville Inn, a historic hotel that dates back to 1861, and the Noonan House, a grand Victorian mansion built in 1892. Despite its early prosperity, however, Jacksonville's fortunes began to decline in the late 1800s as the gold rush waned and the mines began to dry up. By the turn of the century, the town's population had dwindled to just a few hundred people, and many of its businesses had closed. On the preservation efforts in Jacksonville, Oregon. In the 1960s, Jacksonville's historic significance was recognized, and efforts were made to preserve its unique architecture and cultural heritage. The town was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1966, and a number of preservation projects were launched to restore its historic buildings and landmarks. One of the most significant preservation efforts was the restoration of the Beekman Bank, which had fallen into disrepair in the decades since it had closed its doors. In the 1960s, a group of local residents formed the Beekman Bank Preservation Committee and launched a campaign to restore the building to its former glory. Thanks to their efforts, the Beekman Bank was restored to its original appearance, complete with its iconic iron doors and steel safe. Today, the bank is open to the public as a museum, and visitors can take a guided tour of the building to learn more about its history and the role it played in Jacksonville's early years. Other preservation efforts in Jacksonville have focused on the town's historic homes and public buildings. The Jacksonville Heritage Society, which was founded in the 1970s, has been instrumental in preserving and restoring a number of historic buildings, including the Noonan House and the historic courthouse. Today, Jacksonville remains one of the best-preserved historic towns in Oregon, with over 100 historic buildings and landmarks still standing. Visitors to the town can take a self-guided walking tour to explore its historic architecture and learn more about its colorful past. In addition to its historic buildings, Jacksonville is also home to a number of museums and cultural institutions, including the Jacksonville Museum and the Southern Oregon Historical Society. These institutions offer a wealth of information about the town's history and culture, and help to ensure that its legacy is preserved for future generations. Today, Jacksonville is a popular tourist destination known for its well-preserved historic buildings, charming small-town atmosphere, and scenic surroundings. Visitors to the town can enjoy a variety of attractions and activities, from exploring its historic landmarks to shopping and dining in its quaint downtown district. One of the most popular attractions in Jacksonville is the Brit Music and Arts Festival, a summer-long music and arts festival held at the Brit Gardens. The festival features a diverse lineup of musical acts, including jazz, classical, and contemporary performers, and attracts thousands of visitors each year. Another popular attraction in Jacksonville is the Oregon Wine Experience, an annual event held in August that celebrates the region's wine industry. The event features wine tastings, food pairings, and live entertainment, and draws wine enthusiasts from around the world. For those interested in history and culture, Jacksonville offers a number of museums and cultural institutions to explore. The Jacksonville Museum, located in the former Jackson County Courthouse, offers exhibits on the town's history, while the Southern Oregon Historical Society Museum features displays on the region's Native American culture and pioneer history. In addition to its cultural offerings, Jacksonville is also home to a number of outdoor recreation opportunities. The nearby Jacksonville Woodlands Trail System offers miles of hiking and mountain biking trails through scenic forested terrain, while the Rogue River, located just a short drive from town, is a popular spot for fishing, rafting, and kayaking. Finally, no visit to Jacksonville would be complete without a stroll through its charming downtown district. The town's main street is lined with historic buildings housing a variety of shops, galleries, and restaurants, offering visitors a taste of small-town life in Southern Oregon. In summary, Jacksonville, Oregon, offers a unique blend of history, culture, and natural beauty, making it a must-visit destination for travelers seeking an authentic taste of the Old West in the Pacific Northwest.